Okay, so I want to do a new beginnings and an end. I've got four number ones and then one series that's ending. It's funny because they're all from different companies. But anyway, one of the first things that I read was Shadow Show, which this issue was by Joe Hill. It's a Ray Bradbury short story that is retold by different authors. This one is done by Joe Hill. The next one's going to be done by Neil Gaiman. Uh, there were some other writers and different artists that got in there. Really disappointed. I liked this cover, but all of the other covers were Gabriel Rodriguez covers, and so a little let down by that. This one's by Shane Price, and it's a good cover. Uh, the interior art on this was really good. It was really simple, but really enjoyed it. This story was called, what was it called? Something about Lake Champlain. Uh, the Silver Waters of Lake Champlain. And basically it's about these kids that find the Lake Champlain champ monster, and yeah, it was really good. But I really like Ray Bradbury, and I really like Joe Hill. So yeah, that was really good. I can't wait to see the next one that Neil Gaiman's going to do, because I like both of them too. Uh, Second, I read this Odyssey book. The Christian Ward's art in this was phenomenal. I don't know if he did the coloring in this, but the coloring was the star of this book. This book is hardcore psychedelic. Um, it was a really good story. I can't wait to see where this story is going to go. Um, I like Mac Fraction doing sci-fi type stuff. It's really enjoyable. Uh, there was a lot of history in this book. I'm hoping that in the future that this book is not going to be so. Maybe now, since I've got the gist of what's going on with the story, uh, it won't quite be as dense as I felt this issue was. But yeah, that was crazy good. I don't know about crazy good. It was pretty freaking good. And then I read Toe Tag Riot from Black Mask. Black Mask has got some really good books. God Killer, that I'm reading, that I really like, is from Black Mask. Um, and this book is, I guess maybe all of Black Mask stuff is creator owned. Most of the stuff I've seen is created by the writer and the artist. This book apparently was a Kickstarter book, because in the back they did a thanks to everybody that did donations for them on Kickstarter to get this book done. Uh, this is basically about a punk rock band who are zombies, and that's kind of their onstage shtick. Uh, but they've been zombies for so long now that they're starting to give in to their zombie impulses, and they don't want to eat their fans, because that doesn't seem like a very good way to establish your fan base. But they're kind of losing control over whether or not they want to do that. Um, and there was also some funny stuff in here, because uh, there's a big like mosh pit thing going on in front of the stage, and you always have people in mosh pits that just shouldn't be there. Like the skinheads or whatever that show up and just want to swing punches and start fights and everything. And they read this book, and yeah, all in all, this was a pretty good book. It was really a really interesting concept. From DC, I read Gotham by Midnight. Uh, uh, this was pretty good. Uh, I'm gonna have to look back and remember what exactly it is that Ray Fawkes writes that I liked in the past, because I read what was it, Intersect last week, and that book was kind of confusing to me. And this book wasn't confusing. Um, I just, I really didn't. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where this series goes. I like paranormal things, so that was pretty cool. these like paranormal detective things, kind of like Angel or something, was kind of sweet. Ben Templesmith's art in this is just freaking amazing, and I'm always going to say that because I'm such a sucker for Ben Templesmith art. But I mean, there's some things in this that's really dark. You can't really see that, but it's amazing. There's a big twist at the end of this that was really cool. Yeah, I'm really glad that I picked that up. I mean, the good thing with DC is I keep dropping these DC titles to pick up more independents, but all these DC titles are $2.99, and you know, can't really beat that. And last, the book that is going away, I read Pop number 404. I've really enjoyed this story. Basically, it's about a bunch of test tube pop stars that are being grown in order to like help to pad the pockets of like this like rich corporation, and then one of them gets away, and I love this picture right here with this dude and all these freaking security cameras and everything. One of them gets away, and the whole story has basically been about them trying to track this one that got away down, and she's with this guy, and you know, they basically fallen for each other, and it's just been a really good story. But I would say that if you could, to try to go back and if you wanted to have this, go back and track this down in singles, because I saw the trade solicited, and the trade's like $20, and I really don't know. It might be more than that. It might have been 23 for 4 issues, and I don't know whether or not it's worth that. But I mean, it was all in all, it was a pretty good series. I really enjoyed Jason Copeland's art in this. It was really cartoony and really enjoyable. But that's about all I got to say about that. And I'm going to get off here and read some more comics.